This is Minecraft Bedrock Edition, the version you can play on almost every platform. But compared to Java Edition, it has some big differences. Some of them are awesome, and some make survival a lot harder. So today I'm going to attempt something crazy, surviving 100 days in Minecraft Bedrock Hardcore. Over these 100 days, I'm going to build an epic base, explore dangerous places, gather powerful gear, and try to become strong enough to defeat the Ender Dragon, and even the Wither. But if I die once, the world is over. So let's see if I can survive 100 days. So I spawned into the world and immediately noticed something amazing. There was a village right near spawn, but before heading over there, I punched my first tree, crafted the essential tools, and then did the classic Minecraft move, digging straight down to collect some cobblestone. After that, I chopped down a bunch of trees because in Minecraft, you can never have too much wood. Once I had enough resources, I finally headed to the village and started looting everything I could find. I grabbed useful supplies, checked every house, and even took down the iron golem for some iron, which gave me 5 iron ingots. Then things got really interesting. I found not one, but 2 blacksmiths in the village. The first chest was strange though. It was somehow covered in ice blocks. I have no idea why, but honestly I wasn't complaining because the loot inside was really good. Then I opened the second blacksmith chest and found something huge. 3 diamonds. That was enough for me to craft my very first diamond pickaxe. After that I found a cave near the village. I went inside, grabbed some water, and mined the exposed coal so I could craft torches. With torches in hand, I started mining all the resources I would need, especially iron, so I could eventually craft myself a full set of iron armor and get stronger for the days ahead. While exploring the cave, I suddenly found something really useful, a skeleton spawner. At this point, I was starting to realize that this seed might actually be amazing. Everything seemed to be close to spawn. After looting the chest near the spawner, I decided to go even deeper into the cave. Along the way, I fought some slimes and kept exploring the tunnels. Then I noticed something strange, a really straight wall with a single diamond ore right next to it. That's when I started thinking, why is this wall so straight and it even continues underneath? That made me wonder if there might be a trail chamber hidden behind it. But before digging into the wall, I explored another part of the cave first. I grabbed some more iron and managed to defeat an enderman, which gave me an ender pearl, a really lucky drop this early in the game. After that, I went back to the straight wall and started digging into it, hoping to find the trail chamber hidden inside. After finishing the trail chamber, I decided to stay in the cave a little longer to gather more resources. I mined everything I knew I would need later: gold, diamonds, and plenty of redstone. While exploring, I also managed to collect 4 obsidian, which meant I was already thinking ahead about crafting an enchanting table. Once I felt prepared enough, I finally left the cave and headed back to the surface. Even though this spawn was really good, with a village and even a spawner nearby, I decided I wasn't going to stay in this biome for my base. So I started traveling away from the area, looking for a better place to settle down. Along the way, I collected food and grabbed some sugar cane since I knew I would need it later for books and enchanting. During day 4, I came across a shipwreck, but when I checked it, there was no chest inside. That was honestly pretty weird. Luckily, by the end of day 4, I found a second shipwreck, and this one actually had some good loot waiting for me. Then on day 5, I discovered a ruined nether portal. After checking the loot there, I used the gold pickaxe I found to collect a few more blocks around the area. Then I rebuilding the portal, and just like that, it was time to enter the nether. My goal now was simple: find a nether fortress, or maybe even a bastion. And almost immediately, I spotted a fortress. At this point, I was seriously thinking this seed might be crazy, because everything seemed to be close to spawn. I carefully made my way toward the fortress, even using a boat in some places so I wouldn't take damage. Once I got inside, I started exploring the structure, fighting skeletons and grabbing every useful supply I could find. Eventually, I found exactly what I needed: a blaze spawner. So I stayed there and started fighting all the blazes that spawned, preparing to collect the blaze rods I would need later on. Since I almost died in the nether and already had 10 blaze rods, I decided it was time to head back to the overworld. When I returned, it was the night of day 7, and I managed to find another village. Instead of risking mobs, I decided to sleep first and then loot the village during the day. After that, I continued traveling, and after about 7,000 blocks, I came across a pillager outpost. I checked the chest inside and found something really cool: 2 sentry armor trims. Finally, after all that traveling, I made it out of the snowy biome. Day 10 started with me collecting some cherry saplings, and not long after I found yet another village. Of course, I looted it like every other village I had come across so far. Even though the village was in a snowy biome, there were areas close to it without snow. So I started preparing the land by flattening it out. Then I gathered a lot of cobblestone. After that, I crafted myself a diamond axe. At that point, I basically became a lumberjack, chopping down tons of trees to collect wood for the build.